Well, it was certainly a crazy game. Happy we were able to come out on top. We got obviously some big runs early on, 6 run. Well, I guess we've scored now 4 games in a row in the first inning, and then of course the 6 run second was big there. And bottom line is we got a W. It was they didn't obviously play their best game, and I thought there was a lot of hits here. If I'm looking at this correctly, we had 19 hits and we didn't have one extra base hit, I believe. That's amazing. I don't know if that's ever happened before. We had 19 singles. We had some balls that fell through. We had some balls that weren't hit hard, hit against their shifts. They made errors. We had some bloopers. We also hit some balls hard, but baseball's a crazy game. We've hit balls hard earlier in the year that went right at people, so we're going to take them obviously, and we're happy with the win. We'd like to not give up the 4 runs there in the fifth the way we did by walking their seventh and ninth hole hitter with a 9 run lead, and the wind blowing in. But got to learn from that. But again, we just got to be ready to go tomorrow. And told the players we got some catching up to do. We put ourselves in a little bit of a hole by getting swept and losing a series earlier on. We got to make some games up. So just winning the series isn't enough. We got to be greedy and try to get the sweep. So that's what we're going to do.
All right, Gino, we're going to go to Austin Perk of the Miami Hurricane. Austin, go ahead.
Absolutely. Just tell me about how your team settled down after the grand slam in the fourth, and just how they ended up doing after that.
Well, it helped that we had a 9-0 lead, and of course that cut it into 5. But we left Victor in there. He was able to finish out the inning, but mainly he's got to do a better job of commanding the strike zone and pitching to contact. I don't have a problem with he throws a solo home run. I have a problem though when he walks the 7th hole hitter and the 9th hole hitter, and then they got the bases loaded, nobody out, and then they hit the grand slam. So that's the problem. We can't do that when we're up that big, and that's what got him into trouble last time. We had one hit, but and they knocked in 4 runs. We threw it away in the dugout and it ended up being an error, triple with an error, but basically it was 4 runs on one swing at Virginia with 1 hit on the game. The problem is though he walked the guys to get on base. So we got to do a better job of that. Can't do that in those situations, and he'll learn from that. But it was good to see that we scored still after that. I think we scored in the bottom of the 7th. We scored a couple more runs, so that helped to open it up even a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully Victor will learn from it.
All right, Gino, we're going to go to Christopher Stock of Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, with those 19 hits, a lot of them, I think maybe right around half opposite field. You like the approach from the guys tonight, and then if you could touch on with Adrian, they seemed to be shifting him pretty heavy. Has that happened much this year? I'm trying to think back.
Yeah.
Was that kind of new?
Yeah, they've been shifting him for the most part because he's been pulling a lot of balls. It has been a conscious effort of our part to try to hit the ball the other way. I know last night, we said something because of the wind being similar tonight of we hit too many fly balls, and they were really from our lefties, and they were hitting them the opposite field. I think Dell popped up a couple to the third baseman. Lala had a couple balls popped up or hit fly ball to left field, and so did Dom, a couple more. So we guys, you can hit the ball the other way. We got to get on top and drive it, hit line drives, and we did that today. We hit some ground balls through the infield, through shifts. We hit some that weren't hit real hard, but we hit some that were hit hard enough. Bottom line is we did a good job of getting on top of the ball. The ball isn't carrying a whole lot, especially if you hit fly balls. If you're going to hit it out, you got to drive it like we did last night. We hit a couple out of the ballpark, but we drove it on the line. So that was something we talked about. We can't be hitting any more fly balls like we did last night. And the guys did a great job of that. Great job of getting on top of the ball.
Yeah, also, they mentioned on the broadcast that Gabe Rivera may be dealing with an illness. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. I talked to him after the game, and he's fine. He just, I think he would have been available to play at the end of the game if we needed him, but he ate something that didn't sit well with him, so he was a little sick before the game.